Assalamu alaikum. So now let's start with our gastrointestinal playlist. We'll first go through the anatomy of the GIT module. The first topic of our gastrointestinal anatomy is the surface anatomy of abdomen. So what do you understand by the word surface anatomy? The study of our external bodily features, landmarks, shape, and structure is known as the surface anatomy. What it is significant? हम surface anatomy पढ़ते क्यों हैं? Because it helps during our clinical examination, locating the deep structures and organ, in palpating them, and finding out any abnormality without dissecting our subject. So surface anatomy की हमारे पास definition क्या हुई? The study of external bodily features, landmark, structures, and shape is known as surface anatomy. Significance क्या है इसकी? Talking about insignificance, तो इसकी significance है during clinical examinations. During clinical examinations for locating deep structures and organ, palpating them, and finding out any abnormality without dissecting the subject. So हमारे subject को dissect किए हुए without cutting them open, we place our head on their abdomen, on their abdominal area, and examine the patient, the structures lying beneath. Now moving on to the surface anatomy of abdomen, talking about the surface anatomy of anterior abdominal wall. So the anterior abdominal wall is divided into 4 quadrants and 9 regions. For the ease of studying the abdomen, the surface anatomy of abdomen, it is divided into 4 quadrants and 9 regions. So let's study about the quadrants of abdomen. There are 4 quadrants. The anterior abdominal wall is divided into 4 quadrants by 1 horizontal plane and 1 vertical plane. The horizontal plane that divides our abdomen into 4 quadrants is the transumbilical plane, passing at the level of L3 to L4 vertebra. The vertical plane that divides our abdomen into 4 quadrants is the median sagittal plane, extending from the xiphoid process of sternum up to pubic symphysis. Both these planes divide our abdomen into 4 quadrants, which are as right upper quadrant, right lower quadrant, left upper quadrant, and the left lower quadrant. Both these planes intersect each other at the level of umbilicus, also known as belly button, or in Urdu, naaf. Now let's move on to the regions of anterior abdominal wall. Our anterior abdominal wall is divided into 9 regions by 2 vertical lines and 2 horizontal planes, known as plane. The 2 vertical lines that divide our abdomen into 9 regions are the mid-clavicular line, and the 2 horizontal plane are known as the transpyloric plane, passing through the pylorus of the stomach, and the intertubercular plane that connects or joins the 2 iliac tubercles of the pelvic bones. So these are the 4 lines or planes that divides our abdomen into 9 regions: the midclavicular lines and the transpyloric plane, the intertubercular plane, dividing our abdomen into 9 regions, the left namely the left hypochondrium, hypochondrium, right hypochondrium, right iliac, left iliac, left lumbar, right lumbar, epigastrium, umbilical, and hypogastrium. So these are the 9 regions of our anterior abdominal wall. The transpyloric plane transects the pylorus of the stomach at the first lumbar vertebra, at the vertebral level of first lumbar vertebra, and the intertubercular plane joins the 2 iliac crest, passing at the fifth lumbar vertebral level. The mid-clavicular line extending from the midpoint of the clavicle and passing through the midpoint between anterior superior iliac spine and pubic symphysis. Now let's go through the specific viscera that houses these 9 regions of anterior abdominal wall, starting from the left hypochondrium. The structure that lies within the left hypochondrium are spleen, stomach, and left kidney. Moving on to the right hypochondrium, this hypochondrium, the structure lying within the right hypochondrium are liver, gallbladder, cystic duct, and right kidney. The structure lying within the epigastrium are stomach, liver, pancreas, and duodenum. The right lumbar region houses the ascending colon, and the lower half of right kidney. The right hypochondrium also consists of right adrenal gland present at the top of the kidney, and the left hypochondrium also consists of left adrenal gland. The left lumbar region consists of descending colon, in the lower half of left kidney. The right and left lumbar region also houses the abdominal part of ureter. Same here, the abdominal part of left ureter lies within the left lumbar. Right ureter lies within the right lumbar, the abdominal portion, and the left ureter abdominal part lies within the left lumbar region. The umbilicus consists of small intestine in the transverse colon. The parts of the small intestine present within the umbilicus are jejunum and ileum. The umbilicus also consists of inferior vena cava and abdominal aorta. Now moving on to the right iliac region, which houses the cecum, appendix, right ureter, right ovary, and fallopian tube in females. Fallopian tube in females. An important point, the iliac region of our abdomen is also known as inguinal region or groin, is the inguinal canal lies here. Now coming back to the structures lying within the regions are, let's talk about the left iliac region. The structure that lie within the left iliac region are sigmoid colon, left ureter, the pelvic or inguinal part, and the left ovary and fallopian tube in females. The last region, the hypogastrium or the hypogastric region, consists of urinary bladder, sigmoid colon, small intestine, and the uterus in females. So that completes our surface anatomy of the anterior abdominal wall. Now let's go through a quick review of all we have studied by the Med Climber notes. So what is an abdomen? Abdomen is the region between the diaphragm and up to the superior margin of the pelvis. The region present between the diaphragm and up to the superior margin of the pelvis is the area of the known as abdomen. The abdominal wall consists of is divided into two sections, the anterior lateral abdominal wall and the posterior abdominal wall. The lecture we have gone through right now is the anterior abdominal wall. Surface anatomy of the anterior abdominal wall is divided into 4 quadrants and 9 regions. The quadrants are divided Their 4 quadrants are divided by a vertical line known as the medial sagittal plane and a horizontal plane known as the transumbilical plane, which is an imaginary transverse horizontal plane. Both these planes intersect at the level of umbilicus, which lie at the vertebral level of L3 and L4, also known as the belly button and navel. The quadrants are as follow: the right upper quadrant, right lower quadrant, left upper quadrant, and the left lower quadrant. Talking about the regions of anterior abdominal wall, the anterior abdominal wall consists of 9 regions divided by two vertical lines, the midclavicular line, and two horizontal planes, the transpyloric and the intertubercular plane. The midclavicular line extended from the midpoint of the clavicle up to the midpoint between anterior superior iliac spine and pubic symphysis, and the transpyloric plane transecting the pylorus of the stomach at the vertebral level of L1. The second horizontal plane that divides our abdomen into 9 regions is the intertubercular plane that joins the two tubercles of the iliac crest lying at the level of fifth lumbar vertebra. The 9 abdominal regions are as follow: the left hypochondrium, right lumbar, left lumbar, right iliac, also known as the inguinal region or the region of groin, 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 and the inguinal region. Now, for the last time, let's go through the specific viscera that houses these 9 abdominal regions, talking about the left hypochondrium comprising of spleen, stomach, left kidney, and the left adrenal gland. The right hypochondrium comprising of liver, gallbladder, cystic duct, right kidney, and the right adrenal gland. The epigastric region comprising of liver, stomach, pancreas, and the duodenum. Moving on to the left lumbar region comprising of the splenic flexure, the descending colon, the lower half of left kidney, and the abdominal part of left ureter. Talking about the right lumbar region comprising of the hepatic flexure, ascending colon, lower half of the right kidney, and the abdominal part of right ureter. The umbilical region comprising of the transverse colon, small intestine, IVC, and the abdominal aorta. Moving on to the left iliac region comprising sigmoid colon, left ureter, and the left ovary and fallopian tube in females. The right iliac region comprising of cecum, appendix, right ureter, and the right fallopian tube and ovary in females. The hypogastric region comprising of urinary bladder, uterus in females, small intestine, and part of the sigmoid colon. Moving on to the abdominal lines and plane, the vertical line known as the midclavicular line passes midpoint between the clavicle to the anterior midpoint between the anterior superior iliac spine and pubic symphysis. The horizontal line that comprises of 4 planes: the transpyloric plane at the level of first lumbar vertebra that transect the pylorus of the stomach, the intertubercular plane joins the tubercle on the iliac crest, join the two tubercles of the iliac crest at the level of fifth lumbar vertebra. These two planes are the two horizontal planes that divides our abdomen into 9 regions. The subcostal plane, which is also an imaginary plane lying just inferiorly to the border of 10th costal cartilage at the level of T3, and the interspinous or intercristal plane that passes across the highest point on iliac crest at the level of fourth lumbar vertebra. It is present just superiorly to the intertubercular plane, and it is also an important landmark for performing the spinal tap, the fourth lumbar vertebra. As you can see here in this image, the midclavicular line, the transpyloric plane, the intertubercular plane, the subcostal plane passing above the umbilicus at the level of L3, the intertubercular plane at the level of L5, the midclavicular line passing from the midpoint of the clavicle up to the midpoint between the anterior superior iliac spine and pubic symphysis. As you can see here in this image too, the midclavicular line extending from midpoint between the clavicle up to the midpoint between anterior superior iliac spine and pubic symphysis. Here is our midclavicular line. The transpyloric plane transecting the pylorus of the stomach at the level of L1. The subcostal plane just inferior to the border of the 10th costal cartilage above the umbilicus, and the intertubercular plane joining the two tubercles of the iliac crest at the level of L5, and the last plane, the interspinous plane or the intercristal plane, passes across the highest point of the iliac crest at the level of fourth lumbar vertebra. That completes our surface anatomy of anterior abdominal wall. In the next lecture, we'll go through the layers of abdominal wall.